Hello, this is a really important episode because we have all sorts of metrics. What is a good stereo reproduction system? Is it audiophile? Is it high fidelity? Is it high end? But really, there is one matrix alone that defines whether you are going in a direction that's good for you or not. And that is that what is your audio system to you? Does it let you hear the muses talking to you from the music? Or is it your siren song provider? Let me just elaborate on this. So if you are in a situation that you put on, you have your own playlist and you play like maybe like half a minute of Diana Krall, and then you play the two bars of the biggest crescendo in Cantate Domino, when you have the entire choir screaming and there's a church organ and then there's like a full symphonic orchestra blaring at the same time, and then you move on to the most impressive drum roll from Dafosh, and so this is kind of like how your listening session looks like, that you go through like a minute long snippets just hearing the most spectacular things from recordings, and you don't anymore have the patience and the desire, the ability and the capacity to listen to a full song, let alone an entire album anymore. If that's happening, then you are in the trap of the siren, which is just a magnetic pull that feeds a hunger in you, a craving, a desire that that doesn't feed your soul, doesn't feed your mind, doesn't feed your emotions. The only thing you are getting from it is more hunger. You want to upgrade your system, you want better, you want more, you want to spend more money on it, you want to binge on more reviews. It never ends, and you won't be getting anywhere. You just will get to a system that feeds that siren song even more potently to you if you stay on that road, and you will never get to a satisfactory musical meal that really feeds your soul and fills your heart and your mind as well. So that's why it's really crucial for you guys to know that if you are on the siren song fast track, then you are on the fast track towards audio burnout. That's going to happen to you sooner or later, or other option, bankruptcy. Even if you spend all your money you earn and have like credit cards maxed out with audio gear, you will still be in the siren song area. That's time for you to start thinking about the concept of audio, of what the system does, how it's put together, and it's not just a random throw-in of elements that receive the latest rave reviews. It's not just a chase for resolution. Maybe it's time for you to rethink the entire concept and rethink why you are listening to music and what is it that you want to get out of it. And maybe it's the siren song that you are craving. Fine, there's nothing wrong with it, but just be prepared that if you persevere in that path, it will literally eat your soul. If you feel hunger today for more and more, 10 years later that hunger will be 100 times stronger. I hope this helps everyone to end the hunger. uh, you need to have a change in mind. You need to have start to have a concept about what you want, what you desire. You have to work on yourself. How is it that you listen to music? What is blocking you from reaching fulfillment from the music? Why is it that you are chasing more and more? What is missing from your life? It's a lot of philosophical questions, and that's what music is. And recently, Vangelis died, and that made a really huge impact for me, on me, because I've been listening to Vangelis forever, and I have most of his albums on records, and those I don't, I have a couple of CDs as well. And I really wanted to do a video on Vangelis right on the day when I knew he passed away, which was 2 days after his actual death. And but I couldn't, because there's so much more to it. And this thing of siren song versus muse, uh, the music Vangelis created had such a wide perspective. He looked at the world of music from so many angles, so different eyes. And there's one album of his, this, I don't know if any of you know it, because it did not come out under his own name. It was never released in the United States. This album, this is a Greek pressing. As you see, letters are in Greek, or maybe from here, right? And a lot of people don't even know of this album. And this is my favorite Vangelis album. I will talk about it at another time, but now I'm mentioning it because this is the muses speaking to us, whispering and healing our hearts. This is so much more than, oh, does it sound like the real thing? At the recording studio, I think it had more zing at the 250 hertz range, some crap like that, which, like, who really cares about it? Does it affect anyone when you listen to it? Do you know what the audio engineer heard? And at what listening position did he hear it? If he stood like 10 feet to one side, then he heard something else. So what is your point of reference? Because the microphones were not in a position where any human ears would be placed. The way they are positioned, it's like having a 10 feet wide head, or maybe like 15 heads when they record something with 15 microphones. So the way the microphone picks it up, there's not a position, there's no way anyone can hear the music sounding like that. So when we try to grasp audio reproduction through just enforcing the minutiae that it has to be perfectly like the recording engineer wanted, the recording engineer has a concept and transforms that concept into a recording. But it's, I think, and also it's a worthy idea for many of you, many of us, to just go closer to what the concept of that engineer was. But what I want to, for all of you to just think about, is this dichotomy of muses versus sirens. And that's the number one thing that everyone, I would say, needs to fix. Maybe you don't have to, but this is my experience. If you don't fix it, if you don't have the muses singing to you, you are just listening to sirens, they are bleeding you dry. As Vangelis said, music has tremendous power, and it's up to you what you are using this power for. Are you using it to lift you up, to make your life more human, a grounded human being on earth, in a human society, contributing to the upliftment of all, or listen to the siren song and become a leech, just to all you can think about is ways how to get more money, to get like more expensive equipment, at no thought whatsoever of your family's needs, of your own body's needs, what your soul needs, what of your own development of understanding of music. It's just instant gratification of shorter and shorter, more and more explosive, more and more adrenaline jump. So I don't want to criticize anyone. I don't have to. It is you who have to look into your soul and ask yourself the question, am I happy with what I'm doing? Am I going towards where I want to go? How it is I imagine myself 10 years from now in the future? What my goal is? Do I want to enable myself to listen to an album, or that will really touch my life? I just listened to this album. It was early morning. I woke up. I had a webinar going on in Zoom. Put it to very quiet volume. Everyone is sleeping, and the music was an even quieter volume than the Zoom webinar. And I was crying towards the. I put on side B. I was listening to side B, and I recommend everyone to start with side B when you have this record, and just be alone by yourself and listen. You don't have to blast the system. Even if you turn the volume really down, it will touch your heart. But this is not a siren song for 30 seconds. Just listen to the whole album. In the beginning, nothing's happening, and then in the end, it's you realize that you have received something. Your life has changed. So I know it's now a cliffhanger, but for presenting this album and telling more about it, that will be another story. So for now, please like, subscribe, have an awesome day, and listen to the muses. Bye bye.